Okay, let's talk about what exactly is EllieMD and how to talk about it and how the process works. Okay, so EllieMD is a telemedicine company that is USA based. Okay, we are not in any other countries right now, but we do service all 50 states. We ship to all 50 states, and it is a company that features all the different medical peptides. Okay, we've got stuff for sexual health, longevity, skincare, and of course, weight loss and microdosing. Our hottest product, of course, is going to be the GLP-1s, which we have tirzepatide, which is GLP-1 plus GIP. And then we have semaglutide, which is just GLP-1. Okay. And I'll dive into those a little bit in a second. But essentially, how it works is we are partnered as a company. We're partnered with 503A pharmacies. We have our own exclusive pharmacy called Clover RX, which is amazing. And that's allowed us to open up being able to customize people's care. We're really big here on adding longevity to somebody's life, adding quality years onto their life, not just putting a band-aid over somebody's problems, but adding quality years to their life, okay? All of our doctors are board certified physicians. Our pharmacy is NABP certified. Again, it's a 503A. That's very important. It's basically the highest regulated pharmacies in the country by the FDA. It also means that all of our compounds, all of our medications are made fresh when somebody orders, okay? I want you to think of us as like you're shopping at Whole Foods in the organic section versus Walmart in the scrap meat section. Okay, that's how we really compare to the competition out there. It's a quality thing. You know, we're not the cheapest option, and when it comes to injecting a medication, you don't want the cheapest. You want the best. Okay, we are like the Ferrari of the peptide space. None of our medications contain fillers and they don't contain any preservatives. So when you're talking to somebody who's on name brand stuff and trying to compare to this, the Manjaro, the Zepbound, the Ozempics, the Wegovy's, all those name brand medications for the GLP-1s contain fillers. They contain preservatives because they are mass produced in bulk. Okay, they're sitting on a shelf for 6 months to a year, and in order to keep the shelf life, they have to add preservatives into it. When you look at the back of the box, it's got like 8 different ingredients. Ours has literally the medication of tirzepatide plus a water-based soluble. That's it. Okay, so when it comes to our ingredients, everything is triple purified, USA sourced. Okay, so when it comes to somebody being interested in the weight loss shot, you're going to ask them how much weight they want to lose. Okay, very simple. If they say 20 pounds or less, you're going to recommend the microdose. Okay, if they say 20 pounds or more, you're going to recommend them doing our full weight loss protocol. Now, they can choose between semaglutide or tirzepatide. I always recommend tirzepatide. You know, all of our scripts do come with Zofran, so that does help a lot for free. But typically, any type of side effects, especially nausea, is going to be associated with semaglutide. I want my people to have the best experience, so I always recommend tirzepatide. Tirzepatide is going to be GLP-1 plus GIP, whereas semaglutide only has the one peptide in it, which is just GLP-1. Okay, GLP-1 is the appetite suppression. The GIP is what's going to help with blood sugar regulation, inflammation, and it just having that second peptide makes a world of difference in your results. You're going to see faster results, better results, and way less likelihood of side effects with tirzepatide. Now, tirzepatide does cost more than semaglutide. Okay, the microdose of tirzepatide is $279 a month. The full weight loss protocol of tirzepatide is $379 a month. Okay, now with semaglutide, the microdose of semaglutide is $229 a month, and the full weight loss protocol is going to be $299 a month. Okay, so that's the difference in pricing. But again, always tell people to go with tirzepatide because you want them to have the best experience. Now, how does it work as far as the process? It's super simple. So somebody goes onto your website. Let's say they select the microdose of tirzepatide. They then fill out a medical questionnaire. It gets submitted to our physicians online. Okay, they'll check out, they'll pay for it. They've got payment plan options, okay, to choose from. They can use HSA and FSA cards. They can use Klarna, PayPal, Pay Now, Pay Later. If they are doing the full weight loss protocol, because it is more than $300 a month, that opens up the option to do our own Ellie internal financing, which is what I do. It basically allows you to pay the monthly amount, plus they throw like a $22 fee on top. And if they use like Affirm or Afterpay or Zip or any of those other applications, those ones are not integrated into our website, but we do have directions for them to go ahead and be able to use those as well. So they'll pay for it after they fill out the medical questionnaire. It is submitted to the doctor. The doctor then reviews it, typically within 24 hours, and then your patient gets a notification that they have been approved. And then our pharmacy, Clover RX, will then prepare the medication and ship it straight to their door along with all the supplies that they need. Okay. On this team, we go above and beyond for our clients. You don't have to do this, but if I have somebody who's nervous about needles or injecting, and that brings up another good point, always recommend the injection. Do not go with the oral drops or the tablets for anything you see on the website. I'm just going to tell you that right now. The injections have been life-changing, okay? Incredible feedback from those. Not so much on the oral drops. So don't ever put somebody or recommend the oral drops. If they're really nervous about needles, just tell them that you will get on a FaceTime and help walk them through. They can have somebody else inject for them. That's where I always just give them the reassurance, like, hey, I hate needles. I almost didn't do this because of that, but I'm down 95 pounds. It's changed my entire life. Now I'm a pro. And I can tell you, once people do it a few times, they are like, oh my gosh, this was nothing. It's a baby needle. They won't even feel it. But you give them that reassurance. You can choose to go above and beyond, like I do and like so many of us do on this team. Another thing that really sets us apart is we provide ongoing support as a company and as a team. So the client not only gets access to the doctors through their online patient portal, okay, where they can chat with the doctor, typically get a response within 24 hours. They can also email our customer service department, if they need anything when it comes to dosing, if they have side effects, questions on anything. It's not your job. You're not the doctor. Your job is to support them and cheer them on and direct them. But they do need to go to the doctor and to support with any questions regarding that, okay? But they'll have access to the doctors on the online portal. They also have a weekly Zoom with our doctors every week. It's an educational series on Thursdays where it's open to everybody. Your clients can jump on and just learn more about everything, okay? But then on our team, we plug all of our clients into our Shot Girls Only community. And it's just all of our clients glowing up together, getting all snatched up, sharing our wins, sharing results, everything. So you'll see below on this website, it'll tell you what you'll send somebody who's new. I have made a how to inject video, how to understand your dosing video. They're super short, okay? And then a how to reorder video when your 3 months are up. And I'll jump into the 3 months here in a second. But those videos, okay, and the link to the group, to the Shot Girls Only group, is what you're going to want to send your client after they have ordered, okay? Now, let's talk about the process as far as the supply. Okay, so everybody gets a 3-month supply when they're ordering the GLP-1s. I'm very focused on the GLP-1s because that's what I have built this huge business off of so far, and so many people on the team, we are very focused on that. You can also lead with your, transformations from NAD, our GHKCU, glutathione. There's so many, and I take a lot of them, and I have been able to upsell a lot of people and have them stack that onto their journey. But I will say the bread and butter is definitely going to be the GLP-1s, because from a microdosing standpoint, guys, everybody should be on a microdose, even if their goal is not weight loss focused, okay? Let's say they're just going through some hormonal stuff, or they're at that age where they're in menopause or postmenopause or perimenopause, okay? Getting them on the microdose at least is going to be life-changing for them, okay? So I always recommend everybody gets on a GLP-1, especially tirzepatide. So when it comes to the GLP-1s, how it works is they get a 3-month supply. They can choose to pay in full for all 3 months, or like I said earlier, they can use one of our payment plan or financing options, okay? Regardless of how they choose to pay, they are still going to get the 3-month supply up front. You as the brand partner are going to get their volume from their order and their commissions from their order paid out monthly over those 3 months. I love that. It keeps it very consistent and smooth. Now, if somebody asks you why they have to get 3 months up front, this is what you need to say to them. I actually love that we get 3 months because here's the thing, guys, with these medications, it takes longer than 1 month for it to get into your system and really feel the full effects of it. Okay. I have had clients, okay, where it's not till month 2 that their body really responds and just starts to, melt the weight off. If they would have only done the first month, they would have totally given up and not ordered another month. Okay. Number two, most people have a goal when it comes to their weight loss journey that is going to definitely take longer than 1 month to hit. Okay. So that's another reason. And then also, guys, it's a medication that takes time to build up. Okay. The starting dose for both the microdose and the full weight loss protocol for tirzepatide and semaglutide is both the same. Okay. The only difference is if you're on the full protocol, right, which is for people that have more than 20 pounds to lose, they need to titrate up each month. They're going to increase their dose. So they're going to go from, I'm speaking in terms of tirzepatide, they're going to go from 2.5 milligrams their first month to 5 milligrams their second month to 7.5 milligrams their third month. Okay. They're moving up each month. That $379 price, though, is still the same for all 3 of those months. Now, after that first 3 months supply, when they go to reorder again, they'll have options to go up into the next tiers. And we have graphics inside of our boards under the pricing folder that shows you, the breakdown of the different tiers, the dosing, and the price. Okay. So they'll be able to choose if they want to stay at the same dose, if they want to increase their dose, and the price increases from there. But it's very black and white and transparent. There's no hidden fees, no sneaky increases, nothing like that. Okay. Now, with the microdose, though, instead of going up on the second and third month and increasing the dose, they stay at that same 2.5 milligram dose the entire 3 months. Okay. So that's the biggest difference between the two when it comes to microdosing and the full weight loss protocol. So microdosing is a really, really hot topic right now because it is great for everybody. Typically, when it comes to the weight loss shot, everybody associates it with big people who have a lot of weight to lose, right? Let's just be real. Microdosing, though, has opened the door to everybody. So we have people on this team who are CrossFitters, bodybuilders, personal trainers, people that you look at and you don't think they need to be on the shot, right? But they are crushing it in the microdose space because they're showing all the other benefits to the GLP-1s. It helps so much with inflammation. Hormone regulation is huge, mood support, all the other longevity benefits. So, that's a huge market to tap into. I would say the other hottest peptides right now, definitely NAD if you're thinking about stacking something on. And yes, you can stack peptides. We love doing that. I personally am on tirzepatide, the full weight loss protocol. I'm also on NAD. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. NAD is incredible for energy and healing the body's aging process from the inside out. It's a great one to stack if you have somebody who experiences any type of fatigue on the weight loss shot. Tell them to get on NAD. Okay. GHKCU, the holy freaking grail for skin glow. If you guys saw what my skin looked like 3 months ago, you would be in shock. Okay. And then I also use our prescription skincare serum, which has a topical version of the GHKCU, which is the copper peptide for hair, skin, and nails. It is remarkable. And it also has a topical version of NAD in it, along with a bunch of other really great ingredients, retinol, everything. So between all that, I am just glowing from the inside out and aging backwards. I am absolutely obsessed. So what's great with the GHKCU is it really delivers physical results. So take starting pictures if you're going to get started on that one because you're going to have a crazy transformation to show with your skin and with your hair. Okay. The NAD is super hot. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's on it and wants it. So that's a great one, for you to get on yourself. Here's the thing, guys. I know that the peptides are an investment, right? I want them all. I'm going to be adding in glutathione next. Alex is adding in BPC 157. He's on Tessa, ipamorelin, and the microdose of tirzepatide. So we're on all these, and it's definitely not cheap, but it is so worth it. This stuff is life changing, and I look at it as an investment into my business. Okay, like The more of these peptides I'm personally using, I'm able to show personal testimonies around those. And now I'm getting more people that are starting off with the tirzepatide, right? The weight loss shot, but now they're stacking on GHKCU because I'm showing my results with it. They're adding NAD because I'm talking about how much I love how it's helping my energy. So from a business standpoint, it is just smart. Especially if you, let's say you're not getting your shot through us because you're one of the rare ones that gets it covered through insurance. Bless you. I was freaking paying $1,100 out of pocket before I found Ellie. But if you're one of those, consider adding on one of our other longevity peptides like NAD or GHKCU because it's just going to take your business to a whole nother level. I have had so many people purchase those just from me sharing my own journey with adding them in. It's also great when you are talking to somebody who is concerned about loose skin on their weight loss journey. Definitely recommend the GHKCU for that because it is incredible for elasticity, skin marks, like stretch marks, scars. It's a healing peptide. It's just incredible. So the reason why EllieMD was invented was to give people a affordable alternative who could not afford to pay out of pocket because most people cannot get their weight loss shot, okay, or their medication covered through insurance. It's like you got to jump through all these pre-authorization hoops. It's a nightmare, right? I was paying $1,100 out of pocket for the name brand stuff. This is why the name brand companies hate companies like us because we are such competition to them because we are not only providing the formula at a much higher quality, it's not containing the preservatives and fillers in it, right? So it's a more pure formula, higher quality formula, higher potency formula. In addition to that, we're also providing it at a fraction of the cost. Most people, I'd say 95% of people can't get it covered through insurance. And even those who can get it covered through insurance, usually only for the first 6 months to a year, and then they're shit out of luck. People who are paying out of pocket are paying anywhere from $900 to $1,100 a month for this stuff. So us being able to provide a way higher quality formula at a fraction of the cost, you compare that to ours is $379 a month. It's a no-brainer, right? So yeah, the main thing when it comes to our products, guys, is we are the Ferrari of the peptide space, okay? I want you to think of it as shopping at Neiman and Marcus versus Walmart, okay? It's a quality thing. You get what you pay for, okay? And when it comes to injections, you want the best. I can't tell you how many times people who are on the competitor stuff, whether it's the name brand stuff or Amble, Mochi, Hers, Fridays, all these other competitors, they switch over to ours and they're like, oh my God, Delaney, this is night and day. Like the appetite suppression, I feel so much better. I'm seeing such faster results. Okay. So we might be a more expensive option because we are a luxury peptide. That's how I look at it. You get what you pay for, right? Somebody on a lower potency, lower quality, cheaper formula, they might, let's say, want to lose 30 pounds. They're going to get there maybe 9 months. It might take them to reach their goal. Whereas if they're on our formula, they're going to hit that goal in 3 months. That's a really big selling point because technically people don't have to be on the medication with us nearly as long because it works way faster. Now, with that being said, if somebody asks you, like, do I have to be on this forever? Let them know that they can always switch to the microdose. They don't have to. If they want to stop it, they can. But you'll find people are going to fall in love with all the other benefits besides just weight loss, and they're going to want to stay on this stuff. Like, I am a lifer for sure. I will always figure out a way to afford my tirzepatide and my NAD and my GHKCU. Every peptide I try, I'm like, I can't go the rest of my life without this. Like, I'm not even being dramatic. Like, how do you go back after experiencing this? You can't. You can't. Now you just got to find a way. You got to go sell more peptides so you can buy more peptides. One other thing, when somebody is shopping on our website, they do have to, let's say somebody wants to grab multiple products. They have to individually check out for each product because it is a different physician that is being assigned to their medical questionnaire, but there's no shipping or tax. So they're not being penalized for making multiple transactions. So just explain that to them. Also want to really quick touch on what the price includes. The price that they see on the website is the price that they're going to pay. Okay. There's no hidden increases, no membership fees, nothing like that. Okay. And that price includes the free Zofran, the shipping, the tax, the doctor's fee visit, ongoing access to the medical care team, our supportive community online. They also get all the supplies. So they'll get all the needles, the alcohol wipes, the directions on how to take everything. Oh, and then when it comes to the full weight loss protocol, remember when I was saying how our exclusive pharmacy, which is now CloverRx, is the reason that we went exclusive with them is so that we would be able to customize our formulas. Health is not a one size fits all, and that's what I love about this company is we actually care about helping somebody, not just making a profit. So people have different goals. So what's cool is when it comes to our full weight loss protocol, they get to now choose a free additive. So they can choose from B12, which helps with energy. They can choose L-carnitine, which is going to help with metabolism and fat burning, or they can choose glycine, which helps with muscle recovery and sleep. Okay. So they get to choose one of those three for free. It's a $75 value included in the pricing for the full weight loss protocol. At the time of this video, that's not an option yet for the microdose. The microdose will always include just B12. Okay, automatically. There is no option to choose one of the other two. So yeah, guys, I mean, this was all the main things I wanted to touch on so that you kind of knew how the process worked and everything. You have your sponsor, you have the team chat, and you have all these resources. So be resourceful, of course. Always look and try to find answers. Use ChatGPT. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to say that. ChatGPT is like my own personal assistant, okay? I go to ChatGPT all day long, every day. I ask it for help. If I'm stumped on something, if I don't know the answer to a certain question, I put it into ChatGPT, and 99% of the time I get a great response. If somebody gives me an objection, ChatGPT it, okay? People don't utilize it enough, but it is literally such a great tool. Another thing I use it for is helping me with content and post ideas. So let's say you see somebody posting on the team and you're like, oh, that was fire. Screenshot it, put it into your ChatGPT, okay, and tell it to come up with something that is similar but sounds like you. And a great thing to do is prime it in the beginning. Like you could even just send a voice clip to it and tell it your story, tell it about you, tell it what your brand is, what you like, what you're into, what you talk like. I used to take screenshots of some of my social media posts and I'd throw them in there and I'd be like, this is how I sound. This is my style. This is how I talk. Can you please, make sure to incorporate this as you're helping me moving forward. You can also put the EllieMD website. You can drop that into your ChatGPT and say, hey, this is the new company I'm now partnered with, okay? And I'm going to be asking you questions from time to time or for help coming up with content. Could you please review the website so that you're familiar? Boom. Like literally talk to it like it's your assistant. It is so, so helpful. So when somebody asks you what exactly you're doing, or if you're reaching out to somebody, this is how simple I keep it. So I've decided to partner with a telemedicine company where now I am connecting people to my provider and I get paid to do so. It's that simple. Boom, that's it. And like literally, we get paid 5 times a month simply by connecting people to the online doctor. Everything else is out of our hands and we get paid a generous commission for doing so, okay? Make sure to check out all the videos on how we get paid, your goals, everything like that. The biggest thing with us guys is this is all about convenience, right? We live in a microwave society. People don't want to have to call the doctor, sit on a waiting list for 3 weeks to get an appointment. Go in, have him hold that cold shit up to your chest to listen to you breathe, just to say, okay, cool, I'll write you a script. Then you got to drive to Walmart. You got to make sure they even have it in stock. Most of the time they don't. They got to call and order it. Then you're trying to get it covered through your insurance, but it ain't getting covered. They're like, you got to go get it pre-authorized. You got to call the doctor back. There's all these hoops you got to jump through, okay? And every month you got to go back to the pharmacy, pick it up, and a lot of times it's out of stock, and then you're without your medication for a couple weeks. So it's incredible here that we get a 3-month supply shipped straight to our door. It's convenient. Somebody could literally be in their PJs, laying on the couch, click on your link, take 5 minutes to fill out a medical questionnaire, get approved by our doctors that same day, and have their medication on their doorstep within 3 days. Like that is what you need to lead with. It's a convenience thing, okay? We are a full concierge service. Now, last thing I'll say, I always like to set this expectation because I've seen it time after time again. When you are new, okay, it does take about 3 to 4 weeks for you to start to see your conversations coming to fruition and people starting to actually order. You're going to feel like you're having so many conversations. People are asking you so many questions. They're asking for your link and they're not ordering right away. That is so, so normal. And that is because the price point, right? It is an investment. Well worth it though. But also it's a medication. It involves doctors and needles, and there's a little stigma still around it, right? So people do take a little longer to pull the trigger. It's not you doing anything wrong, okay? Just stay patient, stay consistent, keep planting the seeds. They will pull the trigger. It's happened to every single person on this team like clockwork. So the more people that you talk to now, you're setting yourself up to have a tremendous month next month. You know, when I have somebody interested talking to me about the products today, it doesn't even cross my mind that they're about to order today. I'm like, okay, I'll see this person's order come through in 3 weeks. I'm not kidding. Like, that's just how it works here. So I want to set that expectation with you now. But expose people to this. They are buying it. You are a professional pointer, right? This is medical sales meets network marketing, and it is the hottest thing on the market right now. And you have to have that confidence and that conviction when you are out there talking and sharing about this. Be loud, be proud, be bold, break the stigmas, and you know what? Ignorance on fire. You don't need to know everything. I'm telling you, I lead with my transformation. So that's really important, is that you're a product of the product, okay? I lead with my transformation. I lead with enthusiasm. I don't go into all the science and this and that about the products. I don't know that stuff. I literally am like, hey, I've been on this shit for 2 years. I've lost 95 pounds. It's changed my entire life. It's absolutely incredible. I am so confident that it's going to work for you. That's it. Just trust me. Do you trust me? Because if you trust me, girl, you're going to be absolutely unrecognizable in the next 3 months from this stuff. I'm telling you right now. Like when I talk to people, I am so confident because this stuff really has changed my life. Okay. Hope that was helpful. And please continue on through the training.